You know what I've been thinking about? I've been thinking about words and their meanings. And if you use different meanings than other people's meanings, you can trick them into believing you're their ally. I'm Joshua Lisec. This is Daily Persuasion. I am the New York Times bestselling author and co-author, a ghostwriter of more than 100 books now. I think I'm on 104, 105, definitely 103. And I'm also a certified hypnotist. Through this unique lens of experiences, I teach you how to better influence the VIPs of your life and your career. Something we learn about in hypnosis is that all words are associations. They're anchors. That some words have dense meanings already and some mean nothing. So when I say, for example, the word polish, you might have in your mind's eye right now a little jar or bottle, if you're a woman, of your favorite color of nail polish. If you're an older gentleman, perhaps you might imagine that one time when you got your shoe polished, back when that was a thing. You might also think of looking polished and professional, like Joshua C. Lisec. Regardless, that one word has multiple meanings, you see. And something that left-wing persuaders do really well, those who are social activists, they will use words like discrimination that most people have one meaning of, and they will change the definition of it and then keep using the same word over and over. They did this with the word like woman. So when they would say protect women's rights, what they mean is a biologically male individual has the right to be nude with other women who are not transvestites. So you see how that works there. But I'm a woman. This is the women's room. You see how that works? Women's locker room. Women's rights, right? So they change the definition, and then that changes everything. And then you're a bad person for not using their word, even though you have different definitions. We see this with discrimination as well, where people will say, this happened in Ohio recently, Senate Bill 1, which bans discriminatory practices, which is not what they would say. They would say this Senate bill in Ohio is going to completely gut diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in colleges and universities and otherwise higher ed throughout Ohio, and that's wrong, that's not fair, that's unjust. That's discrimination. You're discriminating. What do they mean when they say that? Now, discrimination is, okay, you can't participate in this because of an immutable characteristic. That's what discrimination is, okay? It's saying you as an individual are part of that group, therefore we are going to treat you in this way because of your group membership or your identity, okay? Wait a second. That's what colleges are doing every single day when they ask for a student's race. And we know from both community college and undergrads and also all the way up to medical schools that they engage in discrimination against you based on what your race is, so that you have to have a higher score if you're a person of lighter color and a much lower score if you are not. That's discrimination, obviously. And the DEI programs are discriminatory in that there are special privileges, there's special access, there's exclusive opportunities for you unless you're a person of lighter color. If you're native born, you're out of luck. So what they're effectively doing is discriminating and then saying, if you oppose what we're doing, you're discriminating. So what they mean is discriminating against our preferences and our policies. You're discriminating against us, putting ourselves first in an intersectional hierarchy. Another thing that they will do is they will accuse right-wing people like myself as being propagandists, manipulators. They'll say we're brainwashing people. You might have heard it said amongst the left that what they will do is they will accuse you of the thing that they're doing. Some call it the Tucker Carlson rule. Whatever they're accusing you of is their admission of guilt, because that means they've already been doing it and it's working. And they don't want you to notice, so now they're going to accuse you of doing it so that you're defending yourself from accusations of doing the thing they are doing to you. And that's how they work with manipulative language. Can you think of some examples? So when they say immigrant, right, I think of indentured slaves from Ireland in the 1830s and 40s, immigrants. I think of ancestors of mine who came from Bohemia in the late 19th and early 20th century, who immigrated and integrated successfully. Now, when they say immigrant, what they mean is military-age males from Somalia sneaking across the border under the Biden-Harris administration to leech off of the public treasury. Free healthcare, free housing, free cash money, entitlements, despite being federal criminals. Because again, the crime rate of illegal immigrants is 100%. Okay? So they will have us, like a good hypnotist, an effective hypnotist, I should say, they will have you call to mind certain imagery and then exploit your own imagery in what you're thinking. I'm being a good person by being for women's rights, being anti-discrimination, and being pro-immigrant. When in practice, what they're doing is anti-woman, pro-discrimination, and anti-immigrant, because what you're effectively doing is saying the immigration system, where everyone has to play by the rules, we're completely throwing out the immigration system, and we're giving advantages to those who disobey the system, and put to shame those who are trying to do it right, immigrate correctly. So that's something that left-wing manipulators and master persuaders do. It works really, really well. This is why you always have to get them to define their terms. So when you say that, so you can't just simply go into any conversation with a liberal, a leftist, or a manipulator in your personal relationship. I learned this technique from, where is it? The Structure of Magic, the first hypnosis book that covers neurolinguistic programming, is when someone is in a negative emotional state, or you are concerned there's manipulation afoot, you have to ask them what precisely do they mean. So when she says, "You never listen to me," so what do you mean by when you say never? You mean like never ever? It's never happened? Well, no. Okay, I listen to you. What do you mean by listen to you? Well, you don't do what I say. Oh, okay. So when you say I don't listen to you, what you really mean is I don't do what you say. I don't obey you. And when you say never, you just mean often. So when you say you never listen to me, what you really mean is most of the time when I yell at you, you don't obey me, so I yell more and then I hit you. Oh, shoot. Brother, you got to get out of there. Okay? So her accusation is you never listen to me. The reality is most of the time when I yell at you, you don't obey me, so I have to yell at you and make you even more uncomfortable to try to up my manipulation ante and abuse you. Oh, shoot. Now, of course, she's telling all her friends and your family, he never listens to me. See how manipulative that is? This gets pretty dark pretty quickly, doesn't it? But that's Daily Persuasion.